But when you look at, it looks like something's been lost in history as well. When you look at the pyramids,
Yeah.
and Joe Rogan speaks on his podcast that the amount of time it takes to carve out the stones that's used to making one pyramid is like it will take hundreds of years just to do that and to move these stones, etc. So the only explanation is there was some sort of ice age that wiped out a certain amount of technology
Mhm.
and human knowledge, that we had a superior race
Yeah, yeah.
than us right now. Like, do you have any thoughts about
Well,
that? Because you look like your history, your books,
yeah,
and
yeah.
things like that.
So I was reading yesterday or the day before, they've discovered some pyramids that the Mayans, so the Mayan civilization was an ancient. So you had the Aztecs in Mexico, you had the Mayans in Central America, like modern day Honduras, El Salvador, and then you had the ancient Peru. Forgot the name now, but yeah, they had ancient kingdoms. You had the Javans, Indonesians, Sumatrans. You have the Mesopotamians in people of Babylon, Mesopotamia. You have the Egyptians. So these civilizations have one thing in common: pyramids. All civilizations have
Mm-hmm.
one thing in common.
Mm-hmm.
They all knew about the flood. So the pyramid all talks about the flood, because pyramid is the only structure which is immune from a flood. It's a pyramid, right? So the water won't ever rise to the top of the pyramid. So how can a random island in Borneo, in Indonesia, have the same carved drawings in caves as a random jungle in the Andes mountain range in Chile? But they've all got the same drawings. They've all got the same pyramids. So that shows there were some events that are universal. Whether it was an ice age, we as Muslims and Christians and Jews, we believe in Noah's flood. There was a flood that wiped away everything. This is why ancient civilizations talk about a great flood and a wise man. All civilizations do, by the way. So we believe that's Noah. Secondly, Joe Rogan, I know he believes in aliens, stuff like that. As Muslims, we don't discount that, but we don't also, God says in the Quran, Rabbil Alameen, I am the Lord of all creation. So we don't discount the fact that there may be life forms out there, okay? But we do believe in a life form which exists amongst us. They may even be in the room. They're called jinns. Jinn is we're made from clay and dirt. They're made from smokeless fire. Like Satan himself is a jinn. Jinn, I don't know, the word genie comes from jinn. Genie comes from jinn. And jinns are supernatural, metaphysical, we can't see them. Sometimes they emulate humans and other animals, but they are super strong. They were in the kingdom of Solomon. Solomon. So in the kingdom of Solomon, mentioned Babylon, Mesopotamia. So in the kingdom of Solomon, there was two angels that God sent to test the people, and they taught people magic. Magic happens through these supernatural beings called jinns, and jinns are super strong. Some of them are so quick. They can really go far. They can travel the world in a split second, and they can lift big things. So we believe the pyramids were constructed through the help of jinn, and even people maybe were bigger, in them days. We don't know. We know in one of the scholars of Islam says when Adam was created, he was I think it would have been like 12 or 15 feet or meters, like really big, at least double the size of a normal human being right now. So we've definitely shrunk in size, but humans have been in coexistence with jinns for millennia, and that may explain the pyramids and all these structures, because it's almost impossible to build them with humans. Like even Stonehenge, by the way. How can you erect such a big stone? Look at Easter Island off the coast of Chile. Easter Island, the big statues. How can humans make these? How can they carve? They can't. Humans physically can't carve these crop circles and all these kind of things. There may be such precision that a human can't do it. There has to be not an extraterrestrial being, but something which exists on Earth, but we can't see it. Something which is strong, a different force, a different power. And the other thing is they're made with such accuracy that human can't do that. The architectural marvels of ancient civilizations, they possibly cannot be made by humans. So I definitely believe in other things, not aliens perhaps, but certainly you can attribute that to jinns and the other kind of creation.
Especially coming from your background
Yeah.
of you learning about medicine, how to be a doctor, how to, you've probably, you've worked in A&E,
That's
right?
right, yeah.
8, 9 years, is it? Long time. So you've seen human life in front of
Yes.
you, maybe distress situations, not so good situations. But knowing all of this, and holistically, you do think there's something else.
100%. Like, I've seen things which are not human. Like in my own life, I've seen things which are just not human experiences. I've seen people which I think he doesn't look like he's got a soul. Maybe he's a jinn, and we believe in this, by the way. As Muslims, we believe in jinns.
Wow.
So jinn is, you've got 3 levels of creation. You've got humans. We're made from clay. Hydrocarbon, that is clay. That's what we are. We're matter. And you've got angels, which are made from light. We can't see angels. They're big and scary as well, but they're huge. Sometimes they can come in human form, but we can't see angels. And jinns, we can't see them. But again, sometimes they can take human form. They can take form of objects and animals. And these are beyond our realm of understanding and beyond our sensory kind of limits. It's just like dogs can hear things we can't hear.
Yeah.
A mole can see things we can't see
Mm-hmm.
because their perception, light perceptions, much more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
Even babies sometimes can see things we can't see. So in horror movies, they have babies who see ghosts because they can see things we can't see.
Mm-hmm.
So there's certain, God's placed a limit on human intelligence and also on human senses. We've got 5 senses, but there are more senses than that. We've just been limited to 5 senses in this world. That's what I believe.
Wow. Some really good nuggets there.